let's talk about Hendon Hooker and Jared Goff. So Chris Sims is the topic of conversation now about, I don't know, about a month ago. I don't know, it could have been longer than that. I didn't know this until I read the video about, or I did the video on him and seen the video with Chris Sims on NBC Sports saying that Hendon Hooker is more talented than Jared Goff. Let's talk about it. Is it true? Is it false? Is it cap? Is it the truth? But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I think it's true. I mean, once you take everything in account, that don't, like I said this in that video, it's just because you talented don't make you better. That's the problem. Michael Vick was more physically talented. That's where I'm coming from. He's more physically talented than Brady and Manning probably put together. That's a fact. John Elway was more physically talented than Brady and Manning put together. Arm, everything. But, at the end of the day, this game is a certain amount of mental, hard-working, mentally processing, intangible things that obviously things you can't see or touch. And everybody look at it, they look at Jamarcus Russell throw a football off his knees between the goalposts from the 50-yard line. And everybody get in love with the tangible things. It's like in life. You get in love with things that are tangible. And when you start falling in love with tangible things, especially when it comes to women and relationships and shit, you falling in love with her backside, her chest, whatever, her hair, her eyes, you get in trouble. Because those things can change. But you falling in love with somebody's heart, with somebody's personality, with somebody's soul, their views, how caring they are. I mean, from a quarterback position, with how quick they process information, going through progressions, how hard working they are. That's something that usually doesn't change. It doesn't change. That's kind of where the closest thing you'll kind of have unconditional love for another human being that isn't your mother, father, grandmother, brother, sister, etc. Somewhere immediate. That's as close. That's as close. So don't forget that. So same thing with quarterback, same thing with significant other. We got ladies that watch the channel, we got guys that watch the channel. Whatever you prefer. I don't prefer men to fall in love, because if you fall, how do you keep going forward? You only can fall behind. You can't fall forward. Well, in the NFL you can. So you never fall in love. It's okay to be in love, but never fall in love. But you catch what I'm saying. But that don't change. But at the same time, Hendon Hooker is more physically talented. I mean, but like I said, we done seen guys like Jamarcus Russell, Michael Vick. A lot of guys are physically talented, but they're not better. They're not better than some quarterbacks. Justin Herbert is phenomenal. Physically, he's probably more talented than Joe Burrow. But also situation also plays a huge part in that. But he's more talented than Joe Burrow. From a physical standpoint, athletically, arm-wise. But Joe Burrow, you say he got better weaponry. They both got great. But Joe Burrow's just got that it factor. Something that you can't touch. And, right now, I'm pretty, even if you started Hendon Hooker with this same team, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the seasoning of Jared Goff. I mean, had Hendon Hooker been healthy and him and Goff was in the same draft, I think Jared Goff still go ahead of him. Just my humble opinion on that. I think he still go ahead of him. Athletic kid. Age has something to do with it too a little bit, but athletic kid, good arm down the field, good deep ball. They both could throw the deep ball. But Hendon Hooker at Virginia Tech, he showcased his wheels. And a lot of people fall in love with athleticism, agility, arm talent. People talk about the system that he in. The Lions are in the system. Jared Goff has got to be in a run-based system. You can't drop Jared Goff back and put him with 5 wides and say go win the football game. Not too many quarterbacks gonna win like that. A championship, you win a bunch of games. That what's wrong with Peyton Manning. They sit out there and then people shut down that offense and the offense in the postseason, and they get away from running the ball, and then next thing you know, they're getting upset by the Pittsburgh Steelers or whatever it is. So that's life. That's life. So, but I do think Hendon Hooker is more physically talented, but I think Jared Goff is the better quarterback. And rightfully so, experience, processing information, knowing protections, getting acclimated to the speed of the NFL. And Hooker got a short window, being 25 years old, to get it together, or he might just be a career backup quarterback. His window was short to get it done. So, but like I said before, had he been healthy, truth to be told, he probably would have been gone before the Lions picked. Truth be told, he probably would have went to Seattle. He might have jumped Anthony Richardson. You never know. Anthony Richardson is physically talented, but the situation that he fell into, like, it's either float or sink. Because they give him the keys to the car, ain't nobody gonna want to see him go backwards. He just gonna have to figure it out. And after a while, if you don't figure it out, you start slipping and falling. You end up like Zach Wilson. And the Hooker was in a situation. Sometimes things happen for a reason. I was listening to T.K. Kirkland say, sometimes when you approach a girl and she tell you nah, sometimes that's the universe telling you that it wasn't meant to be. Sometimes when, God or whoever you believe in, Most High, close a door, it got closed for a reason, because it was meant for you to go the other way. Or that door had to be closed for you to get this opportunity. Or had that door not been closed, you might have fucked around and lost your life. You never know. So opportunities should happen for a reason. As Earth, Wind, and Fire say, it's the reasons that we here. It happens for a reason. So you got to understand that too. Everything happened for a reason. And maybe if Hendon Hooker was healthy, he would have went to a situation that wasn't best for him. What if Dak would have went in the first round? He would have went to a situation and they didn't lose to Alabama. They ran the table, won the national championship. He would have went to a situation that wasn't right for him. Everybody ain't meant to have their cake and eat it too early on. Some people front run and they have an amazing 20s, the 20s of their life, or they have an amazing childhood, but that's front running. That's front running. Some people have an amazing time when they turn 30 or 40 or 50. But it ain't always meant, it ain't always how you start, it's pretty much how you finish. So you gotta understand, stuff happened for a reason. You shoot your shot, it happened for a reason. You apply for a job, it didn't happen. Who knows? You take that job and you may not reach your true potential. You may not meet your wife. You may not have a kid. You may not, whatever. So, like I said, his situation, if he take advantage of it, guess what? It was meant to be. And if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. That's what I tell myself. When an opportunity closes, sometimes it's hard to cope with that. It just wasn't meant to be. You got to think it's a reason for that. So, yeah, I think Goff is the better quarterback, no doubt. He may go down in history as the better quarterback, but, we may not know that. But Hendon Hooker is more talented. But just my humble opinion on it. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. More videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.